Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment. And I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media, and it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. There's going to be a Substack connected to this that you can do all your own research into this story. But there definitely comes a point that we need to realize the corporations are not practicing either capitalism or ethics. There are farmers in Missouri that have decided they are fed up with large corporations spreading provably dangerous sludge over farmland. There is a lawsuit that is being considered unless the state will step in. This is a danger to the food supply, which everyone should know about. Few people may know about this, but farmers have started becoming fed up with how they are treated, which is made worse that no level of government has stepped in. People wonder why we are unhealthy. Well, here's your sign. This sludge, as I'm going to talk about, is dangerous to our food supply. And folks, it ain't pretty. So buckle up and realize that the food you're eating, yeah, it ain't being done good to you. Okay, this is coming from the Missouri Independent. Uh, Craig, this is a farmer in Missouri, and two rural advocacy groups argue application of sludge, which typically includes animal residuals from meatpacking, violates the environmental laws because of PFAs. He said that it worries him, the PFAs seeping into the soil and groundwater. That's where we get our water from, and I just know it's not a good thing for our environment. Craig's fellow plaintiffs Stop Land Use Damaging Our Ground and Environment, or sludge, and Citizens of Randolph County Against Pollution, known as PrEP. I love that one. They say the sludge contains polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAs, also known as forever chemicals, which are a class of synthetic substances that don't break down easily and as a result linger in our environment. The chemicals, used for years in non-stick cookware, cleaning products, waterproof fabrics, and firefighting foams, among other applications, can increase the risk of cancer, increase cholesterol, and immune system damage. According to the Notice of Intent to Sue, two companies that apply industrial sludge, Arkansas-based Denali Water Solutions and Maryland-based Sonegro, have both admitted there may be PFAs in the sludge they provide. The notice cites minutes from McDonald County Commission meeting in July of 2022, when a Denali representative said their sludge may include PFAs. However, from the same testimony, it appears Denali has not been testing the industrial waste it is disposing of through land application, the notice says. Denali declined to comment. Sonegro, in a report posted to its website in August, called itself a passive receiver of PFAs when it collects waste. In the same report, it says it's partnering with the company to test its PFAS destroying technology and expanding service offerings to remove PFAS and other contaminants. Sonegro did not immediately return a request for comment. The Notice of Intent to Sue also takes Missouri Department of Natural Resources to task for proposed regulation that may require sludge companies to test their material for PFAs. If the chemicals are found, the report says the companies will be allowed to apply the material but must test the soil twice a year. Soil concentration, it says, must not exceed federal standards. A lot of this sounds really dangerous to our food supply. Really does. Now, you may be asking what PFAs are. Now, I turn to the environmental health news for answers. PFAs stand for polyfluoroalkyl substances, which contain strong carbon-fluorine bond that allows them to accumulate over time in the environment and in bodies of animals and people, posing health risks. PFAs chemicals might also be thought of as everywhere chemicals since they've become so common in products we use every day. Here are the dangers. PFAs are in the blood of nearly all Americans, and testing of umbilical cord blood and breast milk indicates that exposure begins before birth. Some PFAs bioaccumulate, build up, which means even low exposures are cause for concern over time as our bodies accumulate more and more of them. PFAs bioaccumulation also occurs in non-human organisms, including fish and other human food sources, which eventually end up in people. That's another reason protecting the environment from PFAS contamination and monitoring PFAS levels is so important. PFAS are endocrine disrupting chemicals, meaning they interfere with our hormone systems. When an external chemical interferes with our hormone systems, it can lead to changes in our bodies and brains capable of causing disease and, in some cases, even death. Research links PFAS to health problems including kidney and testicular cancer, liver and thyroid problems, reproductive problems, pregnancy-induced high blood pressure, low birth weight, increased risk of birth defects, among others. PFAS has also been linked to changes in cholesterol levels in the timing of puberty. Evidence of PFAS impacts on immune functions is another growing concern, and studies have found that PFAS may lower vaccine effectiveness. PFAS contamination has an environmental justice dimension, as low-income communities and communities of color are often... Okay, yeah. In other words, everybody's affected by this, some worse than others. It would seem that spreading them on our fields would be a bad idea. People want to attack Robert Kennedy Jr. RFK Jr. has pointed out all the dangerous things that are happening to our country right now when it comes to food and medicine. Don't you think he might be aware of something like this right here? Which might be a good idea as to why he might be being put in charge of situations where this could be alleviated. Now, he doesn't know everything. Not everybody knows everything. Dead serious. As entertaining as some of these so-called experts are that know a lot, they don't know everything. So you knowing about this means that you can make more informed decisions, and you can get hold of folks that go, yeah, we can fix this. So if you live in an area that has farmland, you might want to see if this is being spread in your area. You might want to check to see where your food's coming from, because you can't check to see if these PFAs are in there. Seriously, you can't. So it's up to us redneck folks to start screaming about stuff like this. I haven't been always covering redneck type topics, but this is a redneck type topic because it's us rednecks that are farming these individual farmlands. And guess what? We're being sold a bill of goods, and I'm going to scream it out. So folks, this is what's going on in your food, and you might need to be made aware of it. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. I can't say have a good day after listening to this one, but seriously, let's see if we can get some action going on this one to get this fixed. Bye now. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.